Hey Spuddies, Potato McWhiskey here and welcome back to Let's Play Civilization 6 as China. The Wu Zhe Shan gameplay will continue and we are building the greatest of great walls. I think my hope is for this episode is to get the Great Wall more or less complete. We will soon be getting access to conservation. We are only a few techs away from that. So it's good to get this in place because, oh wait, is it castles that boosts up Great Walls? Hold on, I actually need to double check that. Yeah, so we need to research castles and we need to research flight. Technology is going to be an important milestone for us here because we need to get all the way to the flight tech. So we're going to have to learn, figure out a way to compensate for that and get a little bit more technology. Now, one of the easiest ways for us to get a little bit of extra technology, I believe it is over here at urbanization, is if we can get military research to get +2 science per turn on our Renaissance walls, which is why we're going to be switching over. I wasn't actually supposed to have bastions plugged in. This should be wall production. Oh my, I can't believe, how did I make that mistake? That's a new one. We are continuing to build settlers. Let me just double check my government. Yeah, I think we have a few settlers still in the chamber. So we'll keep the settler card plugged in. I think we're building some wonders. We were going to build a Kilwa. Oh no, somebody took the Kilwa, didn't they? Ah, right. So that's dead. I suppose we could take out Gothic architecture. We can take out bastions. We will go ahead and instead plug in aesthetics for culture, plug in limes for walls, and then we're good to go. Now I need to get my walls built. Let's see, so we're researching banking and then we're going for siege tactics. So we got a little bit of time. I got to figure out how to get more science, and it'll probably be in maybe one or two of these newish cities will get it. I think getting control of Geneva would be a big deal. That would be a 15% science boost across my empire, bringing me up to a 62.3 science. That's a big step forward. If we take a look at Beijing, it's got commercial hub, in theater square, industrial zone. We do need to build the dam. Let's get that underway. The city could also use a builder, so I may as well squeeze out a quick builder. The medieval era ends in 7 turns, and we've got a golden age secured, so we will have something to do with our faith, although we might not do that with our faith. We'll have to kind of have a little bit of a think about things. Shanghai built a settler. Probably good to get my spies up, although this city absolutely needs a builder. My builders are hyper expensive right now just because I've had such a huge empire. We got the amphitheater in Yiyang. Let's get 3 art museums. I think I'll make those a priority. Yeah. So something we want to do as well is to make sure every city has 2 Cahokia mounts to keep those amenities going. That's going to be a process that we'll have to follow for quite a while. But I do think the yields that we get from Cahokia and those extra amenities are going to be really, really useful. Right, so we stole about 1,400 gold from Niani, which is giving us good cash in the bank, which is honestly a good opportunity to maybe consider buying more builders, especially if I go ahead and settle this city right here. And now I know for a fact I need to get this wall up. I need to get this wall up. So I think spending my gold on builders, especially 6 charge builders to continuously improve my empire, will be a very useful thing to do. I've got 4 envoys in the bank. Don't really need to do anything with them. And we had just gotten our first missionaries who we're finally getting to send out into the real world. I tell you what, I'm going to buy probably 2 more missionaries. And I reckon that'll be enough missionaries to handle most of the converting that I need to do, at least for the foreseeable future. We've got 4 envoys in the tank and a bunch of options. It would be amazing to get suzerainty of 2 industrial city-states. I think I'm going to go ahead and take suzerainty of Singapore. Oh, sorry, wait, I built Kilwa. Oh my god, I'm a dumbass. Otherwise, why would I be going for suzerainty? Yeah, of course. So we'll take Singapore. Sorry, it's been a couple of days since I played the save file because I was, was having a good time. So that's a 15% production boost in this city. And now I need to get another industrial city-state on my side to get a 15% boost across my empire. That would be huge if we could get it. So any envoys? Yeah, I think I'll go ahead and I'll grab mercenaries real quick to get that envoy in there. Now, where do we stand? So you're going to go step over there and you're coming this way. Let's convert Jiaodong. We will convert Handan. Thankfully, a lot of these cities were actually quite close to just straight up flipping, which means it'll be quite easy for me to spread my religion. That is a Voitian. I don't think we need to change this. You can, however, retreat. You step there. Most of my trade routes are going to city-states that I'm suzerain of. So I would really love to have Machiavellianism plugged in, but it's hard for me to justify it. This is worth 3 influence per turn, which is a huge amount of influence. While Machiavellianism is really good, how do I justify plugging it in? Do you know? I don't know. I don't know how I justify plugging it in. I guess I could do this. I guess I don't need the settler card anymore because next era I'll be able to buy settlers with faith. So I suppose I could plug Machiavellian is, but then I also want Vissel banking. Yeah, it's hard. It's difficult. I guess I'll plug in Machiavellianism. Now, the downside of Machiavellianism is it actually shortens the amount of time that your spies do gold stealing missions, which means they actually steal less gold because the amount of gold you steal is based on the gold per turn of the city that you're stealing in. And so if I'm stealing 100 gold per turn over 8 turns, I'm stealing 800 gold. But if I'm stealing 100 gold per turn over 6 turns because my missions are 25% faster, I'm actually stealing less. And it means I'm rolling more often on whether or not my spy gets caught. So when you're going for a spy stealing strategy, I actually recommend against plugging in Machiavellianism unless you just have it plugged in to build your spies. But we are getting the intelligence agency and we'll get the spy soon afterwards. So that'll be really, really handy. Honestly, Mali is like the bank of China right now. It's just like they are just feeding me so much cash. I can't believe the dam hit this city just as I was getting ready to build the dam. Thankfully, not too much damage was done to the city. Let's make sure we deal with you. You're dead. Excellent. The Great Wall of China is slowly being constructed, kind of like pointing in the wrong direction, right? We're defending against Venice. What is Venice going to do to us? Trade with us? Although having said that, I'm pretty sure Venice actually had a pretty sizable and respectable empire. Back in like the 1400s, 1500s. Like they had like little colonies all over the Mediterranean. A lot of really nice cards and things that we unlock here, but mercantilism isn't very important except for the fact that it gives you jungle lumber mills. I'm looking forward to getting another city-state on my border. I think city-states would be more important than having more cities at the moment. I would like to get civil engineering for builder production boosts, but also the extra governor title would be quite nice because we are heading into a new era. And this new era is where we get indoctrination, I believe. No, we're heading into the Renaissance, aren't we? Okay, so we don't actually get a new governor title thing for another era after that. But indoctrination could be quite good. Right, so we got an intelligence agency. So we'll use the better espionage mod or better spy mod. Wait, hold on, what's it called? Better espionage screen. And I will use this screen to filter by commercial hub, and then I can go ahead and just take the pick of the litter, whichever city has the best gold stealing. So I'm already stealing from Niani. Tadmeka 300, 396. Probably be Mali, the best target for this. It's important that I never get an alliance with Mali so that I can keep stealing from him. Timbuktu is making about 400 gold. That seems quite good. I shall continue to steal cash. Why steal gold from the AI? So the reason that you want to steal gold from the AI over most other things is because the AI gets a really large boost to its gold production, which means gold stealing missions are extremely efficient. Does anyone have any great works of writing that I can buy? I think the earlier I start buying these, the better, to make sure that all of the great work slots that I could possibly get are filled. So in my capital, I managed to get the intelligence agency. I think I would like to get a spy. I would also like to get my amphitheater and art museum and stuff like that, but I kind of have to make empire-wide decisions. We've got 2,000 gold in the bank, which means we can probably continue to, oh my god, that's a 13 gold gilded vault. So that would take, even if we do the maths on this, holy shit, it will cost me 1,160 gold. So it takes 90 turns to pay itself off. That's actually pretty decent. That's very, very, very decent. But what I really need are settlers. How much are my settlers right now? I suppose we'll wait until settlers are cheaper and then we'll buy them, because they will get cheaper in a couple of turns when we get to the next era. My capital needs a garrison. I'll send the Crouching Tiger over there. Chengdu needs a garrison. I can use the horse for that. You've got a garrison. Okay, everywhere has garrisons, so we're getting all those amenities. You will place your harbour. It's a good harbour. Then you'll get Monument, Watermill, Granary. Although, yeah, you're on fresh water, so you don't need to go Granary first. Pingala would be nice to get grants. Extra great people points in the capital is pretty strong, considering we have the theatre square in here. There's construction. We have access to lumber mills. That's fantastic. We can send envoys. We've got 2 envoys in the bank. I think our goal was to get Suzerainty of like Cardiff. I would really like it to be Buenos Aires, but Cardiff is a little bit more realistic because it's cheaper. So that'll be what's on the cards, the Cardiffs. Let's chop this forest. You move there. We can buy tiles. I should really have expropriation plugged in. I need because I want cheaper tile purchasing. I'm going to be doing a lot of tile purchasing in the next little bit of time. So I'll have to I either accept the high price or plug in the card. Chop here, that'll finish you. Build that. Excellent. And then you, there's Mitla. Ooh, Mitla's quite a good one if I remember correctly. Mitla gives you growth rate in cities with campus districts. Pretty decent, pretty decent. I need to build a temple and evangelize my religion. That's something I'm missing. Brilliant. So we have access to castles now. So our Great Walls are now generating culture. Our culture game will accelerate even more. I'm going to buy a musketman off this guy. Attack there. Chase down that Void Chien. And now that we're in a golden age, reform the coinage is quite good here, but I think we go for monumentality. It allows me to convert my last few like dregs of faith into the 1, 2, 3, 4 cities that I need to complete the Great Wall. And they're fairly cheap as well, which is quite nice. So let's buy a trader in Yiyang with faith. And see if we can't start trading with Nazca to build up our relationship with Nazca. That would be quite nice. We'll pop down another Great Wall, and there's another 2 sections of Great Wall to go here. I'm going to tell any of the cities with Great Wall tiles, I'm going to tell them to focus on food and production to get them to growing, because otherwise they'll get caught up working all this culture, which isn't bad. The culture and gold is really, really nice, but what we really need is these cities to be productive. So I don't mind you working these culture tiles. It's just like, work them last. If you have other options, you exhaust your other options first, essentially, is what I'm saying. So there's a settler. We're making 50 faith per turn, which is pretty decent. We'll be able to get a decent number of settlers out of that. Horseman is garrisoned. You're doing that. Convert. Perfect. My entire empire is now converted towards my religion, and I'm even potentially converting a single Malian city, which might piss him off, but that's part of the goal. We managed to get the arena in Changsha. It would be nice to get a gilded vault. That's 13 gold per turn. We do kind of lack production in here. Let's quickly squeeze out a builder. We got the commercial hub in Longxi. Let's get to work on the market and the gilded vault. Don't forget that the gilded vault, on top of giving you a ton of gold and an extra trade route if you build a harbour in the city, you actually get culture equal to the adjacency bonus of your theatre, of your commercial hub. So quite a decent set of bonuses there that are available. We got the granary in here. Chengdu does not have great production, unfortunately. But we can get to work on that holy site. It'll take a very, very long time as it currently stands. However, that shouldn't be how long it takes in the grand scheme of things. Like, we'll do some chopping, we'll have some tile improvements, we'll make the city more efficient, we'll make the city more powerful. So this city needs a few tile improvements. Let's head up here and start getting some of those handled. And I'm going to go ahead and purchase another settler, but this time with gold. I'm going to use my gold and my faith to settle and improve the Great Wall, have it in place. Now, on top of that, I want to start building my my Renaissance walls soon. And one thing to consider is... no, the 100% city center project is not plugged in here. I could chop here for 90 production. I think I'll do a lumber mill. The rare non-chopped lumber mill. I could trade with Buenos Aires. One thing I need to consider is it would be nice to have a trade route to every player. So I'm going to trade with Niani here to get a 25% tourism bonus against him. And then I would also like to trade with Inca and Japan because they're in range, and it would be kind of nice if I could somehow squeeze a settler over on near the other continent. That would be kind of an interesting idea if I could get a settler here around the North Pole to act as like my little trading post. Let's plug in public works, and we don't need to change anything else. We're happy as we are. We did steal another 1,000 gold, which is fantastic. That's money we can use to buy settlers. It's like every settler steal or every gold steal in Niani is like another settler. We'll chop here. That'll shave a few turns off the dam actually, which is quite helpful. And since we have civil engineering, now let's start heading towards conservation. Conservation is going to be a big push in terms of tourism from walls. And I guess we will soon start building those walls. Trying to think what the next step is for my government. I think I'm going to take Curator nice and early here on Pingala. And then I will come into my capital. I will buy an amphitheater and then go and talk to the AI and purchase some great works of writing to put into my capital. And that way, I'm getting just like a little bit of extra tourism. I'm trying to generate like early tourism in the sense that the sooner I start generating that tourism, maybe that'll make my game easier. I don't know, maybe that's not how it works, but it's how I'm kind of trusting the game to work. Chop here to finish the holy site slightly faster. Excellent. You're heading down to this spot. And the garrison has arrived in the capital. All fantastic, all beautiful things. We've got a little builder down here in Shanghai, and that was because this city needs quite a few improvements. Notably, it needs a Cahokia Mount for sure to give it more amenities. Let's go ahead and place the theater square here. Boom. While the Gilded Vault would be amazing, I need the Great People points for the Theatre Square. But first I'm going to work on my Ancient Walls. In terms of envoys, we've got 4 envoys, which means we can now take Suzerainty of Cardiff. That should give me a 15% production boost across my empire for building infrastructure, which is huge. Let's put a little mine right there. Yes, nice to meet you, Korea. Honor. And I think we have now officially met every single civ of the game, which means we are now producing tourism at maximum capacity. Because in order to, if you want to generate tourism against a player, you have to have met them. You have to have knowledge of their existence. You cannot generate tourism against someone you don't know exists. Let's continue building the Great Wall. Oh, it's really coming together now, the Great Wall. I can't believe I was trying to click on this tile right here to put him into this tile, and I misclicked. If this barbarian galley kills my settler, I'm reloading that turn. That was a misclick, my dude. Please. Please don't do it. Please don't kill him. Okay, I'm willing to accept that. I didn't want to have to redo the turn because I misclicked. So I was like, I'm gambling. We do a little gambling. Okay. So it would be better if I waited to settle in terms of gold efficiency before I bought these 2 tiles. Because if I wait, they'll only be 1 tile away from, 2 tiles away from this city, which will work much better for me. Unfortunately, a lot of these walls are on the 3rd ring of tiles, so there's not much I can do about that. They'll have to just be the way they are. We have gotten all of our basic stuff in here. Yeah, we're going to grab a campus in some of these newer cities. And the idea here is this will take quite a long time for us to get the investment up. But if we can get the campus, I think it'll make a difference to our overall game strategy. Let's go ahead and chop out those ancient walls so that we have extra city shots to pepper up these guys and soften them. This trade route was probably going to Venice, and it would be nice to keep taking control of Venice. Probably a good city-state to maintain suzerainty of. I'll gain sources with my spy in Timbuktu to give him the best possibility of succeeding on his mission. I'll take a promotion from you. I'll attack with you. I'll shoot you. You'll hold. We managed to get ancient walls in Shanghai, rather. And so now I feel happy to start working on other things. Go ahead and settle the city right here. We will step forward and begin constructing this section of the Great Wall. I could use another... No, actually I have all the settlers, so it's the builders that I need right now to get the Great Wall built. Let's go ahead and chop here. That will finish the medieval walls, and I suppose we can put some turns into the theatre square. Let's go ahead and start selling off any spare luxuries and stuff that we have. How about some of my Diplo favor? I'll sell like half my Diplo favor that I have. There you go. Open borders. Okay, so I need to renew open borders. Let me check Suzerainty agreements. Yep. So I need to go around this list and get open borders. And the fact that I have this Suzerainty global relations tab to be able to just work my way around, it's just so handy because I can see exactly who I need to get open borders with, who I don't have open borders with, and also from this screen I can just click on them. Like it's genuinely a tool that I need to get better about using. The Suzerainty global relations tab. This is just a 25% boost in tourism that I'm letting fall by the wayside if I don't maintain these open border deals. It's such an incredibly important thing to do. And I'll actually even show you where it is in the UI that you could see this effect happening. I don't want to buy your city. I wanted to do open borders. So now that I have open borders with everyone, if I go to the culture screen and I hover over how much tourism that I'm generating against them, you can see here I'm getting 25% bonus tourism. Sorry, I'm getting 25% bonus tourism from having open borders. Which, it's not a game-changing amount, but it is like, it's chugging along. It means we're generating tourists very slowly, and, not too far from now, we'll have conservation and we'll be getting about a 6 extra tourism per city, which should lead to a significant increase in the rate of tourism generation. We'll go ahead and pop down this little settler here, and then we'll go ahead and grab this Great Wall. We have just enough cash to buy these 2 tiles easily, and then boom, Great Wall. Boom, Great Wall. The Great Wall is continuing to be extended. It looks like there'll be a gap in my Great Wall over here, which I'm not too happy about. Can I fix that? Sadly, no. Venice grew to just the perfect wrong tile. It's okay. 2 Great Wall tiles will be slightly less efficient. Not the end of the world. I won't have a giant continuous snake wall, which I'm a little bit sad about because I was quite proud of like the weaving of that Great Wall. I was quite proud of it. But now that'll be all she wrote. We have access to colonialism now, which is brilliant because it gives you +1 production on your boats. But otherwise, we don't particularly care for the bonuses that colonialism produces. We do have our amphitheaters coming up. Let's get in this city another art museum. This is a very low production city. Really needs like a few builder charges. It's just my builders are incredibly expensive. I will go ahead and gold buy a builder in Handan though. 6 charge builders, super efficient, will be really helpful. We managed to get the art museum in Yiyang. Let's start on walls. Like I said, I think it's wall time. We need to get these walls up. Let's do a quick suzerainty check. Oh, it would be quite nice to get at least 1 point in Hunza, because that would be just a little bit of gold across my empire. And otherwise, it would be really, really nice to get like Kandy and Jerusalem under my belt. So I'll quickly grab those and we can soon look to see how much tourism, or how much faith we can make, rather. We stole another 1,500 gold from Niani. That was excellent, 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 excellent work. May as well lumber mill here. That's perfect. 2-4 tile, very high quality. Really, really great production in Shanghai. Quite proud of that city. You were heading down to help out Jiaodong because it's a little bit too heavy on food. But actually, having said that, my plan is to chop here and put a farm triangle on that tile. We do a little Cahokia amount. Focus on food and production. We will buy this tile. We will chop here and then improve it next turn. You are going to go ahead. Nope, you're going to settle there. So we'll slap you down. Boom. You will step twice over here. And I can buy that tile and pop down a Great Wall next turn. Monument Granary, of course. These are the basic buildings that you should always build. Very weird and wonky little chunk of Great Wall. But I promise you, when it's finished, it'll be a glorious, beautiful thing. Oh my god, an actually good Petra? Holy shit. This might be the first time in my entire life I've ever seen a good Petra. And a good pyramid? What the hell? Mali, what's happened? You've changed. A research alliance. I don't particularly need an alliance this game. It just doesn't suit me. Bro, the dam literally was one turn from finishing. Like, unironically, the dam literally just finished. The dam actually... Rewind the footage. And look, the dam just finished. I fucking don't believe you. It's gotta be... I'm being trolled. I'm being trolled. There's no way that's a coincidence. I'm sorry. There's no way. It can't be a coincidence. Speaking of coincidences, how much is it? Can I recall Hercules yet? I reckon I can. I'll probably save the faith up for that. Dude, they killed my entertainment complex again. God fucking... So I'm stealing from the Yanni. Cusco 300 gold, 30 gold. Tadmeka would be 630 gold. Right, so we just gotta steal from the Malian Empire. They just make the most money. It's the best place to steal, and so that's where we shall be stealing. Little farm triangle here, 4 food, 2 gold, 4 food, 2 gold. That'll keep the city growing nice and quickly, although probably want to focus on food and production instead now. Let's do a little bit of tile purchasing, a little bit of chopping as well. It's a hell of a lot of line infantry. It's an excessive amount of line infantry. First holy site with a static adjacency of 3 or higher. Excellent. And we also have access to Renaissance walls. Great stuff. Would love a good campus. There's a +3 right here. Yep, we'll pop that down. I'm going to go ahead and gold purchase the shrine and the temple to keep my faith going. Faith is going to be super valuable for me. We would like to get military engineering to get access to niter, although perhaps later on we might do that. Instead, I'm going to head towards mass production. Just in case, I don't even know if niter can spawn in the tundra, but just in case it spawns like in the way, I would like to avoid that. Let's keep on keeping on purchasing tiles and slapping them down. You are going to be building lumber mills for this city because the city just lacks production right now. We managed to build another dam. We have the aqueduct, we have the dam in here, so it's time to get the industrial zone. I think that's a +6 industrial zone that'll trigger the golden score. We'll repair the arena in the capital. Ancient walls completed in Langfang. Make sure you focus on food and production. Even though you don't have very good food and production right now, go ahead and build those medieval walls very slowly. We will doom cycle our units around to keep them giving support adjacency bonus to my own unit. And we shall now continue to steal gold from our good friend, the Malian Empire. Pop down another salt mine, and man, baby, we got a stew going. Okay, military tactics. I think we need to do a little bit of retreating. Unfortunately, I think some kind of disaster flowed through. Oh, no, I just chopped that tile. Never mind. I was going to say that I'm missing like a lumber mill or something. We've got 2 envoys. We've still got 2 city-states. It would be nice to get Ayutthaya as well. I'm going to go ahead and take Jerusalem. They are now, I was the first suzerain of them. We're making so many envoys. We really need to get to our next government tier. The higher your government tier, the more envoys you generate. So for example, tier 1 governments, I want to say it's like 3 influence per turn. And then at 100 points, you gain 1 envoy. And then at a tier 3 government, it's 7 influence per turn and 200 points gets you 3 envoys. So it's quite a bit more efficient. And it just goes up. It goes up more and more as the game goes on. So you head over there. The final chunk of Great Wall for this stretch. Boom. Make sure all these cities are set to food and production. Any cities with the Great Wall tiles. It's just so they don't spend their time working these inefficient Great Wall thingies. The arena has been repaired in the capital. I need to get archaeological museums. I need to get art museums. I'm going to grab myself a temple real quick because faith is a great way to... It's a great yield to turn into tourism. Let's go ahead and pop down a lumber mill. And you're defending... You're going to go ahead and put a mine right there. Excellent. There's natural history. I'm going to use my gold to purchase another builder to send to the middle of this whole shenanigans going over here. We're 7 turns from conservation, so it's about time. We now need to start building the walls. Repair the marker, build ancient walls. So you got 2 envoys in the bank. I would like to take Suzerainty of Hunza as well, so I will. Yoink. Let me see. I might be able to defend this river attack. I've got +4 from support bonuses. I've dealt 4 damage. I've got river and double defense, so we'll see. River plus double defense is +11. +11 would bring him up to 66. -7, +4, There's a good chance that we can... Yeah, I think there's a pretty good chance that we can hold this river. It's not guaranteed. There's a good chance. I'll take those odds, is basically what I'm saying. I'm more than happy to take friendships with people. But if they want to get alliances, that's going to have to be a different story. I don't like how much culture Abraham is making. He's going to be a problem. I need to squeeze out a settler and sneak it over here somewhere. So that I can potentially trade with those guys. Maybe Yi Yang would be the place to do it. I'll have to play it by ear for now, because we're kind of running up against a lot of potential issues, and we only have so many resources that we can assign to every task. Let's go ahead and step here, chop here to get that campus up. You move here, build the Great Wall, get the library going. I could buy the library in the university, and honestly, I need science so bad that I will do it. That was like an extra 10 science per turn, which was like a 12% increase in the amount of science I'm making. Potentially more, could be like 16%. But it means I'm going to get to flight a few turns sooner, right? If I get to flight a few turns sooner, that means I win the game a few turns sooner, because these Great Walls will start generating tourism a few turns sooner. So very, very important that we do that we efficiently sort of navigate this whole domain of experience and knowledge and possibilities very carefully. It's continue to steal gold from Niani. You're going to step here. I'm going to put a lumber mill. The city now has great production. It's up to 20 per turn, so it's getting that gilded vault relatively quickly. I would actually prefer if you were building ancient walls. Okay, mass production with Venetian arsenals and shipyards are completed. You will step here. I'm going to buy this tile. I will place the Great Wall. Flight. I'm 6 techs away from flight. Build 2 harbors, build 2 workshops. I might be able to get to 2 workshops. That could happen. I can research the Enlightenment Civic to boost astronomy. So we can make some of these things happen. We got Giovanni de Medici. It's actually a great one for generating tourism, because he gives you a bank, a gilded vault, plus a couple of spots for great works. So I've got room for 1, 2, 3, 4 more great works of writing. Let's go ahead and keep purchasing those. 1, 2, 3. Oh, you're very expensive, but I'll buy them. I've got no choice. I need to spend that money. Ancient walls, medieval walls, medieval walls, medieval walls. We're just spamming medieval walls. Where is my mind? Dude, whenever I get a phone call when I'm recording YouTube videos, it completely throws me off. And I forget what the hell I was doing. All right, a temple completed in Chengdu. We could go for the zoo to continue to push amenities, or we could go for the archaeological museum to start getting our archaeologists up. I think we would like to do that. Let's go ahead and get the medieval walls up. Perfect. We got a theater square in Shanghai. Let's get the Renaissance walls up. Walls are climbing, my dude. Right, we'll go ahead and come into Longxi. We'll buy this tile. We will go ahead and harvest here. That will finish the ancient walls. We can plug in new medieval walls. And Bob is your hunkle. Oh God, I've just realized the implication of a hunkle, and it really makes me uncomfortable. Makes me uncomfortable. Oh, what a why is a joke like, why is that the thing that makes me laugh? What a stupid joke, right? We did get our first industrial zone with +3 or +4 adjacency or higher, which is +3 era score, and the Great Wall is basically complete. We have 2 more chunks to buy. I tells you what, I'm going to skip out on that settle, because that settle doesn't seem worth it. Instead, we'll do this, and I'll get this builder around there to do this. William Shakespeare, I shall take him, and Hieronymus Bosch, the mighty Hieronymus, the mighty Bosch, as he is sometimes known as. I swear, that's what they call him. We'll get ourselves a settler. We'll link it up with this scout. We'll promote this scout to a skirmisher. Relink. We're going to try and get a little bit of an expedition over here to see if we can squeak out an extra cute little city here to trade with these guys and get a tourism bonuses for trade route. I do need to get my trade up. I need to buy Hercules before this era ends. We need to build 2 workshops. That's actually a major priority. Speaking of major priority, we need to get this industrial zone done to be able to start that workshop as well. We need to get 2 workshops done in a reasonable amount of time to be able to boost industrialization. The hell are you working on? Okay, secret settler agent action. We got to sneak our way through. We go ahead and create more great works. Beautiful. +2 era score for discovering a new technology, aka conservation. This is where our tourism ramp really begins. Most notably because we get 3 envoys from this, right? But that's not the important thing. The important thing here is the construction of national parks allows builders to plant woods, and woods that in my territory that have been removed gain +1 appeal, and we also receive tourism from walls. The tourism from walls in the national park part of that is the most important part. So the naturalists will be where most of my faith is going for the foreseeable future, which means I'm going to have to get builders in around here to not only plant woods, but also I need to actually make the naturalist and then turn these into parks. And then that'll be a good way for us to boost our tourism. So this is where, like, this number now should start to grow rather rapidly from here on out. Question. I did in fact build 2 Cahokia mounds in my capital. Excellent. So question answered. Did I remember to buy luxuries from the AI? No, I totally forgot. Well, there's a few extra luxuries that'll bump up the city's rating. I'll sell off my spares. I'll also sell off my spare strategics. That's always worth doing. And I want to save my Diplo favor just for the next Congress because I think I can get good value out of that. We successfully stole 1,000 gold, and I'm going to send this settler over to this general area. Renaissance walls are up. I don't know why you guys decided to go the other. Oh, you're going into the water, I see. So we've got Renaissance walls up in some of these cities, and if I go to the tourism map mode, you can see these cities now producing 6 tourism just from building walls. And considering we're able to build those walls twice as fast as normal because we have 100% production towards limes, towards military walls, or towards walls rather. That's quite helpful. Taking a look at the city, we could use a little bit of growth in here. So if we go for the granary watermill, that'll mean I'll be able to work more tiles because I'll have more food. Over here, we managed to build the monument. We want these older cities are going to have to pick up the slack when it comes to builders, which is why I'm very happy to purchase builders in Handan because they're 6 charge builders. They're extremely efficient. You were trading with the capital, I believe, but that's not what this trade route is for anymore. I need to make sure that I'm trading internationally. So I need to trade with Inca to get that 25% tourism because, right, if this is where the tourism ramp is beginning, well, then I need to be prepared to hit that ramp running. Let's see. So we could siphon funds, continue to siphon funds. This guy has stolen an inordinate amount of cash from me. The Great Wall is now complete. If I do a little search for the Great Wall, boom, and then tap this key, you can see the Great Wall. It is a fantastic wall. So much so that this is probably going to be the thumbnail of this episode. And if you're wondering where it came from, there it is. I'll probably do like plus whatever tourism. I'll do like a tourism count for every wall. Rejoice with me, my friend. Nice to meet you. But yeah, this is the phase of the game I really enjoy in a tourism game, is when all the tourism bonus... Dude, this is huge. I'll put 5 votes into 100% production towards buildings in the city centre because this will allow me to build my walls extremely quickly. And it would also be quite nice if units were cheaper with production so the AI was encouraged to go to war with each other. Right, brilliant. We managed to get cartography with caravels and plus 2 gold from fishing camps. Religious tourism is halved against me. We got the Enlightenment, which should theoretically have boosted education. I think we already researched education, which is slightly unfortunate. To get flight... we need to go through these texts. I want to do industrialization last because I believe I can boost industrialization if I get the industrial zone and 2 workshops. I've got 1 workshop on the way, and so that is excellent. The factory will actually help out quite a lot here. So we've got civil engineering, colonialism, natural history, and now we're kind of transitioning into the ultra late game. So we want to pick up nationalism, we want to pick up opera and ballet for the governor titles and the envoys respectively. The other stuff contained on these isn't as important, but things like, you know, these governor titles, this envoy, urbanization, mass media, mobilization, ideology. These are all things that you kind of have to pick up on the way here, but there's like an order that I like to do them in. So, you know, something to consider is, do I actually want to build the Cristo Redentor this game? If I take a look at my coastline, I don't have a particularly good coastline for seaside resorts. There are a few seaside resorts, but I don't know if it's something that I want to super hardcore optimize around. It's something we could optimize around. I think I would be far more interested in skipping that. Finally, Renaissance walls are beginning to finish all around my empire. So I want to trade with, not necessarily Chakut. Let's organize by gold. Yeah, Chakuta's a fine. Yeah, we'll trade here. That's fine. So Renaissance walls were complete. Let's get to work on the amphitheater to start actually building up our great person engine. That's the good thing about the playing a culture victory against the AI, is you don't actually have to build up your great person engine early. You can focus on other things because the AI will earn all the great people and you just buy them off them. It's like a super hack. I totally forgot that I had Magnus in this city, and there are potential places to move Magnus. This chaos that we're dealing with right now in this city is a little silly. Did I never plug in liberalism? It would only be 5 amenities. I would rather have aesthetics, I think. Although, to be fair, at this point, do I really need this much culture? Am I over-culturing? I could be over-culturing when I would be far better served by something like Raj. Then again, amenities are like just busted. Like straight up busted. If you can get your cities to 5 amenities, it's like the positive 5 amenities rather. It's insane. Like if you take a look at Shendu, the city is making 20% from amenities, 15% towards buildings. And like it's making 50% more science, 50% more culture, 20% more. Yeah, it's just like really, really dumb. How optimized. So there's no Suzerain of Cahokia in Venice. Let's change that. Boom. That's another 50 gold per turn by taking that. More Suzerain of these. It would be nice to get Suzerain of Candy. I'll take that Suzerainty. That should be a nice boost to our faith per turn as well. Up to 108. We've got 1,000 in the bank, which means it's time to buy our good friend Hercules. +2 era score for that too. That's a good use of my faith. And I need to like figure out where there's districts that aren't built yet. I'm pretty sure the commercial hub in Jiaodong hasn't been placed and built. It's been placed but not built, so we can do the harbor in here as well. We'll probably just send Hercules down there to build those. Right, you have gotten yourself in a good position. You've established spy, and we go ahead and siphon funds. My line infantry just got battered by a trio of enemy line infantry, but we have pretty good support on this front. Medieval walls, let's go for Renaissance walls, excellent. And I would say here, now that we've broken 100 tourism per turn and we have about 9 tourists, we are well on our way to our victory condition. I think our main objective in the next episode will be to finish up building up our Renaissance walls, to get the national parks over here in Guangzhou up, and to make sure that we start filling out our great work engine, to get archaeologists up, start collecting up all those, and then push for the flight technology. The second we hit flight, we should see a massive uptick in our tourism per turn, and we may even consider doing more Great Wall shenanigans out here in the Yiyang end of things, in this sort of sector of the continent. But yeah, so far so good. I love you all very much, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.